What is hatching, Toga Peeps? Old Man Top coming at you today with our Week 9 Team Builder for Gym Leader Geo and the San Francisco GiEnteis, our division rivalry match. And like the 4th time we'll be playing Geo in 2 years because he's the only person who repeated in my division, which I'm sure you already know. He thoroughly handed us our butt last time, so we want to get a little bit of redemption with this team. So let's go over what he has before we get into our team, and I'm on the wrong one. Okay. Excuse the perspiration and the dog panting in the background. We just went for a walk that was about 3.5 to 4K, depending on which egg hatched appropriately. Pokemon Go has just been kicking my butt every day, but I mean a good way. Me and the dog made it out of the house. We've made it at least 2.5 miles every single day since it's been out. So we're getting out, we're getting exercise. Keep hydrated, kids, because it's freaking hot out there. Which is why we are perspiring and the dog is panting, because I have a chubby puppy. You can see him on Twitter. As Gym Leader Geo would say, hydrate or die. Or is that M&J TV? Crap. I probably messed that up. Let's go over the GiEnteis. Latias. He did not have Latias last time. He had Manaphy. Now, this is big for 2 reasons. A, water wrecks our team. Not having Manaphy is huge for us. B, he picked up a dragon type that drops Dracos like no other, which wrecks our team. So we went from a rock to a steel rock that drops Dracos. Okay. Moving on. It does give him 2 psychic types, which is nice. Explain that later. Cresselia, Zapdos, Nidoking, Mega Absol, all had before. 2 more that he picked up that are the only 2 different, Grand Bull and Metagross. Talk about those in a minute. Mismagius, Ditto, Regirock, and Entei. Now here's what I think he's going to bring to the match. Latias, because if he decides to bring a Specs variant, I'm in trouble. The bulky variant also gives my team a lot of trouble. So we'll have to figure out what that is when he brings it, because I'm pretty sure he's going to. Cresselia, because Cresselia is fat and walls everything, and if he doesn't bring it. Zapdos, because it's fat and walls everything. And Sterling Marte replaces Mets outfielder Yoenis Cespedes on the National League All-Star roster. Bueno, way to go, Sterling Marte. Pirate to pride. I expect to see Zapdos. I wouldn't be surprised with the addition of Latias. He's either going to run offensive Latias or offensive Zapdos. And now that I look at this team makeup, offensive Zapdos probably does a little bit more work to my team if he has a coverage move for Hippowdon. So that could be bad, like HP Water. Oh god, that'd be really bad for my team. With Thunderbolt, Heat Wave, and Roost. Oh man, that's no bueno. Alright, well, getting off topic. I think he might bring Nidoking this time. And I think Nidoking is going to replace Ditto on his previous roster. I think one or the other will come. I think Nidoking will come, because last time I just Volt Switched all over his face. And I think he's going to remedy that by bringing Nidoking. I don't see Mega Absol coming again because a lot of my things can outspeed it with... Yeah? My brain just shut off there, but a lot of my things outspeed it and one-shot it. A lot of them. Especially things that I would Scarf. Grand Bull, he's going to bring Grand Bull. It's his best answer to Excadrill right now. After the Intimidate, a max offensive Iron Head, I believe, does like 43%. And we'll talk about that when we get to our Kruger set. And this thing it can carry Earthquake, which stands in the way of 2 of my best answers to it, namely Tentacruel and Excadrill. Cannot switch into a predicted Earthquake. So yeah, Metagross don't think so. Mismagius don't think so. Like I said, Ditto or Nidoking. I don't think he's going to bring Regirock because too much of my team just destroys its face. I see GiEnteis coming. Maybe not the banded variant that he had last time. A similar variant, maybe Assault Vest, maybe Expert Belt. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Could be Assault Vest if he wants to bring a bulkier team because fat teams wreck me. So yeah, he doesn't have Chestnut this time. Namely why we brought a similar team to last time with a few tweaks. Without Chestnut, his strongest answer to Excadrill sweep is Grand Bull. So, we tweaked a few things. Because of the addition of Latios, and we expect him to bring Latios and Cresselia, we are bringing Crunch instead of Facade this time. Same set as before, physically defensive because it walls so many things, namely the Grand Bull we're worried about now. And, yep, set up rocks. We need rocks, especially for the team we predicted. If he's going to be switching around, we want that plus the Sandstorm damage to rack up on his Mons. So that's why we have that, and of course Slack Off to keep it healthy as possible, as long as possible. Bringing out Kruger, Sandrush, Excadrill. Substitute in the event he does bring Ditto. And also, it would be nice to get behind a substitute if possible before Grand Bull comes in to intimidate us, because it negates the effect of Intimidate. I thought about doing this or Swords Dance. I just think all in all the substitute is going to help us, especially long game. If he has Draco Meteor, Latios, we can keep subbing up. As if he specs or Life Orb, the Life Orb accumulates. The Draco Meteors just keep getting crappier, and I don't think he's just going to come in and Draco Meteor us anyways. But if we come in on a Draco Meteor, we survive, get a sub up. Yeah. It also gives us the opportunity to sub down and wear out some of his bulky things. Namely Latios, if it's not leftovers, Cresselia, help a little bit with that. Zapdos to help whittle that down. Pretty much everything that I expect him to bring except for Nidoking, because Nidoking is going to be the only thing he has that isn't going to take Sandstorm damage. So, Earthquake, Rock Slide, X-Scissor, just like last time, we are not bringing Iron Head. Now, I'm just thinking, Tup, you're not bringing Iron Head. What about Grand Bull? To be able to play around Grand Bull, an Iron Head isn't going to matter. Unless I were to, what, Iron Head flinches? One of those things that it does? That would be the only reason that would be more beneficial to me overall against his team, because nothing else I expect him to bring gets hit any harder from that than any of the other three moves that I have. So, I don't expect him to stay in if I switch in Excadrill after it comes in anyways. So, yeah. X-Scissor, because it really punches the face of Latios and Cresselia. Rock Slide, Rock Slide because it just destroys the face of Zapdos. So yeah, that's why we have that set. Enough speed to outspeed. What was his next fastest thing? To Mega Absol. I don't remember. Whatever I was playing him for before. It will outspeed something with a scarf. I just forget what it is. What did he have before that I was worried about being scarfed? Chestnut. Oh, it doesn't say what that one was traded for. Okay, anyways, I don't remember. Whatever he traded to the Pelipers. Let's swoop on the Pelipers. No, not Miltank. Traded from the GiEnteis, so I don't know. Mismagius, that was it. I believe it outspeeds Max Speed Mismagius, or Scarf Mismagius. Because that was the fastest thing on his team. Maybe, I don't remember. I figured it out, I just don't remember what it outsped. But anyways, moving on, we're rambling. Cinnamon's coming back. Goddamn Hot Hands. Not bringing a fire type attack this week. What you thinking, Tup? Why are you not bringing Overheat? Well, let me tell you why. Because if he switches in Ditto on this, he will have absolutely nothing to touch Excadrill. Yeah, he can Pain Split, but I can switch in on a Volt Switch, I can switch in on a Thunderbolt, I can switch in on a Toxic. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And set up a sub. No problemo. So that is kind of... Plus, I don't really need it for his team. The only thing on his team that it hits super effective is Metagross. Yeah. Because we aren't worried about him bringing it, so I don't think I'm going to need it anyways. I mean, the only thing I'm missing out on hitting on at all is Nidoking. So that's the only thing we have to worry about there. Max Specially Defensive, namely to come in and just poop all over the face of special attacking Zapdos. If I remember the calcs correctly, I can take 2 Dracos from Latias successfully, barring crits. And yeah, this thing also pretty much stands in the face of Cresselia, even though it will... Well, actually, we beat Cresselia because we have Toxic and Pain Split. Unless it has... No, it doesn't get Heal Bell. Okay, moving on to Bloodlust. Now this is an interesting set, and when I cooped this up in my head, it had Swords Dance, but I went to make the set and it doesn't. So we have enough speed to outspeed Max Speed Magus if he brings it. And that's a big if, because I don't think he's going to, but in the event we need it, I mean, we got Sucker Punch, so it doesn't matter, but yeah, it outspeeds it. So that's bueno. We got the Prankster ability, which guarantees we're going to get a sub up against every single thing against his team except an Extreme Speed from Entei. So if I start getting subs up, I expect him to bring in Entei if he has it to get that Extreme Speed off at some point. So here's what we got. Substitute Hone Claws, because Hone Claws is going to increase our attack and the accuracy of Gunk Shot, which is bueno. This is another instance where we want to get a sub up before he gets Granbull in, if possible, so that we can avoid the intimidation. If not, we're at least guaranteed to get back to 0 plus or minus on the attack, because Hone Claws and Gunk Shot hits it really, really hard, even from our pitiful 81 attack, or 88 attack. Not as pitiful as I thought. But yeah, max attack. Well, actually, we don't outspeed Mischievous. We're adamant. Ha! Ha! We got Shadow, or we got Sucker Punch, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, I don't think he's bringing it anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's namely just to outspeed any Scarfers he might bring the end of the match. I might just eventually go with a Jolly nature and go with Knockoff, just because power and so many of his things on his team have set-up moves. But we'll wait and see. As of right now, this is what we have. Substitute Hone Claws, Sucker Punch, Gunk Shot. Black Glasses, because I don't really see a need for anything else. I mean, I could have put Leftovers on there, or I don't know, maybe Life Orb, but I don't see a need for any of that. So that's what we got. Then we got Jade Tentacruel. Almost the exact same set as last time. The only difference is Sludge Bomb. The more I look at it, especially if he brings Nidoking, I may replace Toxic Spikes with, like, Ice Beam, because that would really help. Especially with Zapdos and Latias. I'm going to be Sludge Bomb and Latias anyways to get the poison. We'll see. We'll see. But this outspeeds a lot of things on his team, especially if he's running more bulky sets. It outspeeds just about everything, naturally, except for probably min speed invested Latias. I would imagine he would try and speed creep, especially since I outsped him with offensive Tentacruel last time. And because I always bring offensive Tentacruel, I don't know why people aren't prepping for it. Not that I'm offended that they do. But yeah. Rapid Spin. Look at it. I don't know that he's going to bring hazards. We'll have to wait and see. We do have that Rapid Spin on there just in the event that he does. If he does bring, it will probably be either Latios or Zapdos Defog, because I don't think he has a Rapid Spinner anymore. Yeah, he doesn't. So we will have to Defog. So maybe, well, yeah, we'll keep Rapid Spin just in case, because stuff and things. So last we're going to bring in Justice, the Scarf Moxie Heracross, and I'm really thinking about changing this out for an Azelf, simply because I have nothing that will do anything to this Grand Bull on this set. Nothing. So I may switch this out last minute for Azelf. We're battling early in the morning, so we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, yeah. But alright guys, that is the team. Well, I mean, once Grand Bull goes down, Stone Edge pretty much destroys everything outside of Nidoking. Megahorn destroys pretty much everything outside of Zapdos and Entei. So as long as we can keep this thing healthy and around long enough, and we can get his Grand Bull down, we shouldn't really have to worry about it. So yeah, we have enough speed to outspeed max speed Absol, because it's the fastest thing on his team, in the event he brings it, even though I don't think he's going to. But anyways guys, we've been talking long enough. It's been 17 minutes. We'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!